Hi everyone, this is your Tampa Bay Realtor Lance Moore, and over the last 20 years I've gotten this question from so many buyers, both new home buyers and veteran home buyers, and that is, what is the best loan program? So that's what I'm going to address in this video. Alright, so what is the best loan program? I get that quite a bit. And I still do as a real estate agent. Used to get it a lot more when I was a mortgage banker, but everybody wants to know that. And I know this may be a little disappointing for some people watching this video, but there isn't a loan program that's one size fits all. Now, when I first started off in lending, I thought it was actually very, very easy to get loans and help people. And the reason is because a lot of loan officers were very complacent. What happens is the buyer calls the loan officer and asks them, well, what's your interest rate? And the loan officer automatically defaults into a 30-year fixed loan. They don't talk about any other loan programs or ask questions. The buyer says, thank you, they hang up, end of story. Well, what I started doing was when people would call me up and they would say, what's your interest rate? I would ask them some questions. The two main questions that I want to know is how long are you going to plan on living in the home, and how long are you going to plan on owning the home. So in other words, are you going to live in it for so many years and then just sell it? Or are you going to live in the home for so many years and then rent it out, make it a rental property, and then buy another one? Because everything depends on how long you're going to live in the home. So I had a lot of people that would call up, they would ask the question, I would say, well, how long are you going to live in your home? And I was in California when I very first started, and a lot of military bases around, and they said, well, a lot of them were, well, we're going to probably live in there 3, maybe 4 years, because then we're going to probably get stationed somewhere else, or maybe they were relocating. And I wouldn't put them on a 30-year fixed mortgage. What I would do is I would explain the advantages of different programs with them, and a lot of times what I would end up doing was putting them on a 5 or a 7-year reset program, and no one really even knew what these were. But what they are is where the interest rate is based off of a 30-year. It's amortized over 30 years. It's fixed for 5 years or 7 years, depending on which one you take. And it's a lower interest rate than what you're going to see on a regular 30-year mortgage. But after the 5 years or 7 years are up, it converts into an adjustable rate mortgage, which they didn't want. But if they're not going to be in the home, why pay the interest rate of a 30-year? Or maybe a situation they would come up and they would say, well, what we're going to do is we're probably going to live in the home 2 years, and then we're just going to rent the property out. We're going to buy another property, and I'll ask them, well, how long are you planning on keeping it? And a lot of times they would just say, well, forever, or which could mean 15 years, 30 years, who knows. So I would go over it and I would go over different programs with them, and a lot of times people wanted to leverage their money. So they wanted to go with, say, an FHA loan program that's less down payment. And I would explain to them, if you go with the FHA program, though that's a great program, you're never going to get rid of the mortgage insurance. The only way to get rid of the mortgage insurance is refinance your home. And, now, on refinancing, I'll put a video above. You need to watch this video before you even think of refinancing. So they would usually say, well, I don't think that's such a good option. And then I would explain to them the advantages of a conventional loan. And once they hit that 20% threshold, they could go ahead and get the mortgage insurance off. So my job as a lender, even my job as a realtor right now, it's not to tell people what to do, but it's to explain all the options to them and to let them make a wise choice for them and their family. So that there's really no one size fits all. You have to get with the lender, or if you're looking at real estate, a realtor, but if you're looking for a loan, get with a lender who knows what they're doing, someone who's going to ask a lot of questions, because we're in a really busy market right now, and I find a lot of lenders are very complacent. They're just like blowing and going, picking up the telephone, and they're not really too concerned with individual situations. So I would do that. If you're in Florida, I'll put my lender, Jeff Hoffman, I'll put his information up above. If you're in Florida, reach out to Jeff. He's a phenomenal lender. He's been in the business for years. He knows what he's doing, and he really cares about people. I wish you the best of luck. I hope this video is helpful to you. If it is, leave a comment below. Give me a thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.